Hi everyone, this is Evie Jen, your loving host. I'm so excited today to have my special guest, Mandy, here with us. She and I actually met in the same business organization, but YPO. But unlike any typical entrepreneur, she have a really special gift that I really want her to share with all of you. Clearly, her first career is has to do with logistic, and then her second big hit, the company is Enneagram, to help company to hire the right people, to use the right talent. Her third company is coming out, which I'm super excited about because nothing like this is almost helping your soul to find what your soul is supposed to do. There's no way I can explain it better than she does. So I'm going to have her to tell us how all of this come together and when did she discover her special gift to help other.
Good, thank you. So my new company, Leviathan Healing, is actually a subconscious clearing and information company. So I have been fascinated with the subconscious since my teenage years. I even remember ordering a tape on how to self-hypnotize, and it didn't work, but I tried, and it just underscores how much I am interested in this automatic computer that runs the show of our lives.
And how that relate to your first business, logistic? Because I feel like that is so, I don't know the word, like very practical, and how that relates to soul and what integrate, I feel like is something in between, is getting there. So I can see how your journey is going towards more the 5D realm and to our deeper with ourselves. But how does even come about?
Solving practical problems. I fell into the logistics industry and I started a freight brokerage when I was 25. So the reason I got into it was because at my job, I was having trouble with my freight brokers. So it's just, solving practical problems. And then, to be successful in business, you learn really quickly that usually the problem is between your ears and, you're your own, what's in your way. And so enter the self-development work, the learning about my subconscious and what runs this show, because I can layer my talk on top of it, but the underlying is what's running the show. We keep looping until we figure it out.
And you also, from there, okay, so how you from there into Enneagram? And I know you also wrote a really great book. I think a lot of founders should definitely read it to help their leadership. So tell us how that leads to the second career that you're in and in the book that you wrote about, which is amazing, by the way.
Oh, thank you. It's Step One Jump, and it is out on Amazon. It's been out for a long time. I wrote that in 2016. But Enneagram was I've taken every personality profiling out there. I mean, I just love trying to get to the bottom of it and figure myself out and facilitate others figuring themselves out. And my gift has always been to see the gifts of others.
Yeah.
And so I've done them all. And I like, I got something out of Strength Finder. I got something out of all of them. But the Enneagram nailed me when I did it for the first time. It was 6-7 years ago.
We should explain what that is to some of the audience didn't know what that is. So, yeah.
It's a tool for self-awareness. It gives us access to some of the hardest part of consciousness work, understanding ourselves. And there are it's a personality profiling system. The difference between Enneagram and the others is Enneagram speaks to the motive, speaks to why we do what we do.
Yeah.
So as an Enneagram 8, my basic desire is to be captain of my own ship. Enneagram 3, their basic desire is to be successful. They may act the same, but they're doing it for very different reasons.
Yeah, I think I did a quick test on that, and then I think I was number 3, and it was really interesting because I didn't even know what that is, and that was the reason I said, Mandy, I think before we go further, we should probably explain what that is, because I'm sure a lot of audience probably doesn't know what Enneagram is, because I didn't know about it until we met, and I was like, I wonder what motivate me or what pushed me to do things, and it's like you said, just a different number, and then I was number 3, so the achiever. I guess I'm not surprised by that. So there was all the different trait personalities. So it's a total of 9 number, right? Okay.
Right. And they have, they all have their basic fear too. As an 8, my basic fear is being betrayed. So if you do nothing else but stay away from having me feel betrayed, you're miles ahead with me. I mean, you're likely to win with me all day long.
Yeah.
So at my primary company, Barton Logistics, the whole team knows each other's Enneagrams, and they know how to stay away from each other's basic fear and support the basic desire. And right there, we're miles ahead.
That's great. I think corporations should definitely do that test for at least for the key player, right? Because I mean, as a corporation is a team, so you really want to make sure every team member are doing their best, and then actually utilize their special skill of what motivate them, and then stay away from like what would their fear be.
Anyone that wants deeper access to themselves. The Enneagram is full of these 3-legged stools, and if any of the legs are off balance or short, your life is off balance. So the biggest one, and it never fails, somebody somewhere on the Enneagram, it could be in your type, it could be in your subtype, it could be in how you get what you want or how you enter into conflict. But for me, there's going to be this area that gets illuminated, and just the awareness of it is going to shift life in monumental ways. Okay. For me, it was in the subtype. Okay. And there's 3 subtypes, and it's how we prefer to relate. Mm-hmm. So there's a one-on-one subtype, and there's self-preservation, which is, self and a small group of friends. And then there's a community facing. And for me, I learned that I was healthy on community facing and I was healthy on one-on-one, and my self-preservation leg of that stool was non-existent. So what that looked like was I was taking care of the people around me. I was taking care of my community. And I wasn't even putting money in my own kids' accounts, right? Not intentionally, but right. Because that self-preservation piece was missing, I didn't have the structures. And what I've learned, and this moving more into the spiritual, because the Enneagram can be a very spiritual journey, is that my inner masculine was weak. And, as a hard-driving CEO, I come across as more masculine, and I've been accused of that. But what it actually was a weak, we all have inner masculine, inner feminine. Yes. And it was a weak inner masculine. And so my feminine was compensating for that by acting masculine. And the masculine provides the riverbanks that the feminine can flow in, right? And I was missing that. I was missing the structures and the buckets and the riverbanks.
And I think that's a really interesting point, because I think most of us know about the masculine and feminine and how everyone have both, right? But especially for a female CEO or founder, we do get that like we're too masculine. I don't know if there's a word, too masculine or whatever. But the point is, you're supposed to balance them both. So what you're saying, that the way how masculine and feminine energy is not just 50% of this as being balanced, is within that feminine energy, you were saying, is because you were overusing.
There wasn't a strong masculine. So I began to work to strengthen my inner masculine, because my feminine was tired. She was very tired of doing the masculine work. Yeah. So really digging into the structures of my life, and they're good structures, and filling those buckets instead of just sloshing everywhere with not a lot of direction.
Okay. And then from there, since that's how you start your third company, how that even lead to that? Because you kind of touch on, with this company, you realize that it also a little bit touched the soul, right? It's almost to your inner energy. And then so how that bring you to the third company?
Well, I use the word soul and subconscious interchangeably because they are the same thing. I have learned, and I encourage people to just use the one they're most comfortable with. Most people, that would be subconscious.
Yeah, see, I didn't know this. I didn't know subconscious is all soul. Okay.
And so what my new company does is and it's not for everyone. I mean, if you're not ready to have your world rocked and tap right into your subconscious and receive information from it, don't go to my site and don't buy my product, right?
Yeah.
But we can do it two ways. We can teach you to do it. And there are some parameters because there's some dark energy out there that you can run into. But when it's done right, you can tap into your own subconscious and receive accurate information from it. And so you begin to really understand why you're here, what your purpose is, what your curriculum is. It's not like anything I've ever experienced in my life, but our subconscious programs our bodies. So the side benefit of this is health monumentally increases because when the subconscious is clear and it's uncluttered, the body naturally heals itself.
So how did you discover the soul and the subconscious? Like how you tap into that?
Your subconscious uses your muscular system. So one of the ways that I do it is I've learned to use a pendulum, and through a process of
by the way, I'm so honored. Thank God she's my girlfriend, so I actually get all the treatment from her, and I'm gonna it's a miracle, but I'm gonna let her tell.
It is a miracle, and when you realize for the first time that you are not the one moving it, life changes forever.
And I witnessed it. She did not move it. I mean, seriously, like they're really swinging, and she broke some of her crystal already. Where whenever I see a pendulum, I was like, Mandy, you have to see this. You need another one. You know, I said, no, this is too heavy, or this is too light, or because she's keeping breaking them because they're really moving. And there's no way. I mean, if you look at her wrist, I mean, there's no way she can like keep breaking them. But honestly, I was there and I noticed that. And when I see her, she can literally tell me, Evie, you need more vitamin E or vitamin C. And lacking sleep.
My belief is everyone can tap into that.
Really?
I do have a gift. I can channel it quite easily, but it can be taught. Everyone can tap into this. Everyone can get that information from their own subconscious.
And how did you do that? How did you tap into that?
Well, you take the class, or you pay one of my practitioners to do a reading for you.
Okay, so with your new company, you do offer classes that people can attend. Okay.
You can learn to do it yourself, or you can have a practitioner do a reading. Okay. And they're affordable. The readings are $45. You can find out whatever your subconscious wants to say to you for that. Mm-hmm. Or for a $500 class, you can learn the entire system yourself and practice and get into your own subconscious yourself.
And how long is the classes? How long is it going to take for one to know?
In development, so the readings, and we're not by the hour or by the reading is $45, and it might take an hour and a half and it might take 30 minutes. It depends on, what your subconscious wants to say to you.
Yeah.
And what you want to know. Mm-hmm. Some people don't have a full grasp on their purpose. That's a great place to start. Why am I here? What is my gift?
Is this similar to human guide work something? Because I see some people offer a human workbook, like your human design work. So
it probably is another way to get at it. I've never seen anything like what has come through for me here. I just haven't.
Yeah, I haven't. I mean, except for you, just because, I was lucky. You're my girlfriend, so we get to... me and a couple of the girls, many of Mandy's friends, we were so lucky and blessed to have her as a friend. So we all get the firsthand to experience her gift. So it's amazing that you said that this is we can all tap into it.
I believe so. I believe it can be taught if you want to put the time and effort into learning, and if you don't, we can tell you.
Okay. Right? And then you already have practitioner.
I have some practitioners going, and we're building.
Okay.
And as the company builds, we're also going to be training teachers and we have teachers now, but as it gets bigger, there's plenty of ways to get in and plenty of levels.
How can this be done? Do Zoom, or is it have to be
over
in person?
The phone? No,
over the phone would be okay?
Over the phone is fine. Zoom is fine. The classes are on Zoom.
Okay. And then how you discover about this, or how did you discover using pendulum to get the information?
Well, I was randomly referred to someone that I had a friend tell me I have a friend who can get into the soul records and see what's there and clear them and resort them. And I was up against a block at that time, and I didn't fully believe it, but I did the reading, and it blew my mind. So
And was
she taught me an initial how to do it. I took a class from her, but what has come through for me since is far beyond what I learned. So life keeps evolving, right?
Yeah.
Life keeps evolving, and we do have help from the other side of this consciousness veil. We just do. We have a lot of help.
Guy, listen to this. If you ever feel like you're alone, or if you ever feel like, why no one's helping,
And
we
tap
always
right in.
have-
And one of the things I am most excited about, and we're just getting going here, but I also have a nonprofit foundation that is coming up along with all of this. And we're going to be teaching people who have been in trauma, rescued sex trafficking victims, for example, how to tap into their own subconscious, stay clear, and the minute I'm telling you, when it comes through and you realize you're not the one moving it, you're never alone again.
Wow.
So to be able to give that gift to anyone, but especially someone who's been so traumatized, to be able to tap into their own team on the other side of this consciousness veil to help.
Can you tell me more about this nonprofit that you are doing? Because I'm on the board for Save a Girl, which is a lot of those little girls are kidnapped as sex slave all over the world. So we actually have special task force try to rescue them. And
what I am looking
Even
to
after
do
you
is
rescue
once
them,
they are
yeah.
rescued, this will help with the rehabilitation.
exactly, and that was the thing I was going to say. It's one thing to save them, right? But that is more get them out. So what happened afterward?
The hardest piece is the rehabilitation.
Exactly, and we always wanted to find solution to help this little girl so she can try to get back to her life as soon as.
And I think that piece is really coming in big too, because it was a subject I couldn't even look at. I watched a documentary 15 years ago on it, and I still have nightmares about that documentary. So I haven't been able to watch it, to see the new movie that's out, to get, because I didn't know what I could do, and it was so damaging to me, and I hadn't even experienced it, that when the subject would start, I would get out of it. Yeah. And that's coming back around because now I have a way to help.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited about that piece. It's not off the ground yet. The company's new. I mean, we're just getting people tapped into themselves and go from there.
But you are really doing something to help others.
It's
so if you learn the skill, just remember this, you can help yourself, and then you can also help other, right? Because with the nonprofit idea that you have, I think we would definitely need more people. I mean, if you look at the number of sex trafficking, especially kids, there's a lot.
And it's coming around. I mean, its days are numbered. Yeah. There's a lot of help coming in from a lot of ways. You can feel it. You can feel the days of it are coming to an end.
And if we wanted to sign up, the class, or even just get a consultation with you or any of your practitioner or trainer, how do we do that? I mean, you guys can't call me for her personal number. She would murder me. So what would be the number?
The QR code up at the end,
okay,
or LeviathanHealing.com.
Okay,
so
listen.
Leviathan is mammoth, and Mammoth Healing. The elephant's my spirit animal.
Okay.
It's very gentle, and it'll kill you with its pinky toe if it needs to, right?
Yeah.
That way, if you need killing. So.
You would be safe. You'd be protected. And then we're going to get the QR code. We're also going to post it on our chat so people can see it and follow.
Enneagram assessments, for clearings, for classes, for however we can help.
And for people who want to just do something with their company and their business, and they would like to do analysis of the key player, right? Maybe you don't want to do it for everyone. Understandable. If you have like 200 employees, you can't get everybody done. But you want to get the leadership team to get analysis. How do we reach out to you for an Enneagram?
We can put that QR code up too.
Okay, so we also have the QR code, so it's a two different one. And then, so if you're not ready for the soul, but you wanted to make sure your team runs smoothly and really make sure you build a great team, then Enneagram would be the great things.
The Enneagram allows everyone in the company to be in their gift. It helps root it out. And so whether you're into the woo-woo soul piece, the subconscious is your comfort area, or you can do a personality, we just have an access point for everyone.
Yeah, that's great. It's like whatever the stage you are in your life, your journey you're on, we got it for you. Right. And I definitely wanted to be more involved, the nonprofit, and then to see how we can do to help other, if they can rehabilitate from this, that would be great. And then I think you brought a really good point that we all can do it. We just have to tap into it.
We've been taught we need to go through politicians, preachers, right? And we don't. We have access straight in there ourselves, and not in ways that require faith. In ways that we can verify with our five senses, and know.
Yeah. Okay. And that was the thing, because I think that's very empowering. And then I think a lot of time, actually, there's two empowering things for me from this. One empowering thing is like, you can do it. You have the skill. You are much more powerful than you know. And number two, you're not alone. And like you said, the day that when you see the stone or the pendulum is moving, not by you, it moved by itself, it definitely opened your mind. It's like, wow, you're not alone.
Life is never the same after that. It just isn't. Your world gets rocked. And I think we give the spirit realm, or I know we give it more power than it has, right? We have a lot of power, and now we have a method to tap you right into it. And I'm stoked about it.
Oh, and then about your course, like I would definitely want to take your course. And how long is that going to take, for me to really understand, at least get the basics?
The course is a full day to a day and a half. I mean, we're going to make sure everyone in every class gets it. So we'll plan for the day and a half, but it's a full day minimum.
Okay.
And then you just start practicing, because as you get comfortable, I mean, your spiritual team is not going to violate your free will. So as you get comfortable allowing them to use your muscular system, the messages come much clearer and much faster.
Can you explain a little bit more about your spirit is not going to override your free will? What's that mean?
I mean, even we have free will. That's the human experience, right? Okay. We have free will, and that's the power to direct our own lives and to call our own future.
Yeah, no, it's good. You know why? Because I always say you are the creator of your life. Yeah. So you are the creator of your life. So by having the spirit to give you the advice, listen or not listen, the choice you always make is always still back to you, right? So,
absolutely.
So this is a great guidance. It's also back to, like I said, free will. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I mean, that's really interesting. And when's the next class going to start, do you think?
We probably have the next 2 months scheduled out. So, okay. I mean, you just go to the website, pick your date.
Okay. Register. So everybody, 2 months out, let's knock this down, put it on your calendar. Perfect timing, Christmas coming by then. I'm sure you're going to Christmas vacation. You can day off and then really learn about how to tap into your subconscious or your soul.
You can get information on Christmas gifts your loved one would like. You can
that is a great Christmas gift. They found me
the perfect lip gloss shade. Like there's so much information once you get in there and tap in.
I swear, I show up at her house and she wore this really cute outfit, and I asked her, I was like, "Who picked up your outfit?" And what you told me. Yeah,
angels and guides.
And then you know what? And I believe her, because this was something that she normally wouldn't pick. I didn't even know, Because when I saw her, she came out the door, and I was like, "Who picked those outfits for you? This is
And
not
I don't
Mandy."
shop, so
Yeah, and she
it's
doesn't
like-
shop. So thank you so much, Mandy.
Well,
I'm
thanks
super
for having
excited,
me.
and thank you for coming over today. And I wanted to know what people think about it, and I wanted to get some feedback.
Absolutely.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.